Hi, Philip Ablinski here with Practical Hapkido, and I'm joined by one of my students, Rhett. He just got this sporting brand new yellow belt tonight, so he did a great job with that. It's been a while since I brought a video to you, and for that I apologize. No excuses though, I should be more on top of it. What I wanted to share with you tonight, as usual, is I'm trying to share things that you can use in whatever blocking arts or styles or things that you're training in now. I'd like it to be something that's useful to you across a lot of different platforms. So what I thought I'd talk about tonight is getting the biggest bang for the buck out of your striking. Now, there's various ways of creating power and speed mechanically, which I'm sure you're learning in your style and system. What I want to highlight to you is specific targets and tools to get them to give you some of the biggest bang for the buck. It won't necessarily be in order of importance, but the first two I'm going to give you are important ones, okay? This first one, if he's facing me, is right here on the jaw. Take this jaw. What tools can you take with this? You got a hammer fist. In Taekwondo, this is called an outward middle block, right? It's not a block, it's a strike. I may be moving a punch out of the way, and then boom, I'm going to come up here and clip this jaw. This is a potential knockout or brownout area. Great target. You can also palm strike it, come across from the side, palm strike here, depending on your positioning, punching. Second target is this muscle right here on your neck, right there on him. Hit that. Hit that right through the neck. Use your bone of pain, we call it, this forearm piece right here. You can be doing this through, breakaways. If he's got a grab here, there's a breakaway up here, and then I come up and crack this. This is also a great knockout or brownout point. I don't ever like to say there's guarantees on anything, but there's not too many people that I can't hit here and drop them right where they're standing, okay? You can even be off and hit the middle of the neck, or let's do it directly below the ear, and get some of the same bang for your buck, okay? So there's two of them right there. Those are great targets. On the front of the body, the next one, follow the breast down to the bottom rib. And that's bilateral, both sides, right here. You got the solar plexus in the center, which is great. And all three of these targets, your best direction is to hit in and down at a 45-degree angle, okay? Now I'll just show you. I'm just going to place here, just a little rub. I mean, you feel that, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, that sometimes when I do that to people as a demonstration, they feel it on their back, okay? It goes all the way through the body.
Oh, right here.
And like always, you don't have to believe me. Go with your partners and work on it, okay? Test what I'm telling you. So when I say in and down at a 45, you can go in and down at a 45 towards the core of the body. What that means is, I want you to imagine a steel rod running through the top of his head through his body. Now when I hit this target, I'm going to try and go towards that steel rod. So if I'm standing in front and I'm going straight, although I may get some good bang, I'm not getting the biggest bang for the buck unless I were to come in and come towards the center of the body in and down at a 45. Same goes with the solar plexus. Okay? Great target areas. Collarbones. Awesome. It's not that difficult to break the collarbone. In fact, it's the one bone that's broken more often in sporting events than any other bone in the human body is the collarbone. But you want to hit it in the middle. How do you find the middle of the collarbone? It's kind of weird. Follow the ear, straight down. Now you may say, well, that doesn't sound like the middle of the collarbone. I thought it was farther out. No, check it yourself. Touch the front and then back end of it, and then look where the center is. It's right below the ear. Collarbone, we need to hit 45-degree angle again from the front. This way here. Bone of pain, hammer fist, depending on how tall they are, elbow, bilateral, pick a side. They're all wonderful. These are wonderful targets that you should be applying to what you're doing. Now as far as limb targets, we're going to start striking limbs because we're doing this through a variety of techniques. Right here where the arm bends, just below the elbow. Yeah, come on up in here on this one. You've got this muscle on your arm, the inside of that muscle right here. Okay, back out on that. So, I'm going to tap this a little bit on you. When I hit this, you see how his chin came up and what it give me. So if I come here and then come back up to here, what did I just do? Right? We created it. If we're looking on the outside of the arm, still this muscle right here, okay? The outside line of that muscle, I'm thinking about hitting that here. So depending on the position of the arm, watch what his body does when I strike this point. gave me a profile. He went all the way that way and gave me the whole side of his face. What do I got here? What do I got here? Man, check out these targets that you have, okay? One more on the arm is right here where you take your pulse, okay? A lot of times I've seen this used in various wrist grabs where they're doing a breakaway. So I'll turn this up so I can access this target. I'm using my bone of pain, and I'll clip through that. Now I guarantee he felt that in his thumb, all the way in. Yep, zings right down there. So again, another great target. So we got 1, 2, 3 on the arm. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. As long as we're on the front of the body. Most of you, I guarantee you, if you're walking with your partner, see his back foot's turned out like that? Thank you. Almost everybody does this. Above the knee, about one hand width above the knee, okay? Kick that puppy. You can even come into the inside and knee through it as you're stepping through. This will give you severe big bang for the buck, okay? Bing, bing, bang. Of course, we can do kick in the groin, hitting the groin, things like that is always wonderful. Don't discount this suprasternal notch in here either. This can be used to get people off you. Maybe he's got a 2-ounce lapel on me. I'll just stick my finger in that and say no. Go that way. See, it works good. So we'll just go to the back real quick. Okay, so if you turn around all the way to the back here. So depending on where you end up in this confrontation, you got the kidneys back here, just above the belt. This is a wonderful, wonderful target. This can be a knockout target, but you got to hit it really hard. But I've seen people get knocked out with a kidney punch, okay? Right here at the base of the skull, it's bilateral. You'll find right where the skull curves, there's 2 little holes right in here. It's a beautiful target. A lot of times a bone of pain. I can get this from the front. I got a ridge hand here. That'll enable me to get to it. Thumb knuckle strikes if you're getting that precise with what you're doing, but a lot of people aren't. Right to the back of the knee. We'll kick through that, drive that knee all the way down to the floor. Ooh, one more from the front. Take and put your pinky on your ankle bone, the top of that finger right there. Everybody's got a crescent kick or a C-step in their stuff. A crescent kick is usually up here, but we can do it down here, and all I'm going to do is think of hitting that target. And man, you'll blast that. Depending on where your boots and I go wham and step through it, I can knock that leg completely out from him, or I can just get him to make a step like that, which gives me one of my other targets that I love so and cherish so much. Okay? So, that was really fast. You can rewind this stuff and look at them and go back over them again. If you have any questions about any of these, put it in the comments, and I think that about covers it. I mean, there's other points that I'll talk to you about in the future in locking. How to increase the effectiveness of your lock by trapping or touching certain areas on the body that are sensitive, and we want the biggest bang for the buck. So again, Phil Piplinski, Practical Hapkido. Train smart, train hard.